Hey everyone, welcome to TML Game Day Talk, pregame skate. You're here at 2525, also known as Tessa and Bob McGill. We were just talking about our phone passwords earlier, but we're here at Game Day Skate. A couple players on the Toronto Maple Leafs that want to play this game and get back in the lineup are Joffrey Lupul and James Reimer. James out here. Joffrey was on before, actually, skating himself really, really hard. He was keeled over in front of the bench, actually, stretching for a bit there. So it's nice to see him back on his feet, trying to get his game legs back. Yeah, you're right. And, you know, for me, it's an unfortunate, accident that happens in games. He goes to the front of the net and gets a Dion Phaneuf shot in the arm and breaks his forearm. And, an unfortunate break for this hockey club, but other guys have stepped up in his absence. And to see him back on the ice yesterday and then again this morning, I watched him for a few minutes with Anthony Belza doing some skating drills and, handling the puck and skating at the same time, too, which is always a good thing, too, when you're coming back from that injury. But I would expect that, he's going to be doing the self bag mode, I guess you want to call it, over the course of the next week or so before he's probably going to be back in the lineup. It'll be interesting to see when he gets the green light to actually get back to play, but it's always a good sign to get back in, to be able to get on the ice and really start skating, because you can work the bike as much as you want or the treadmill or whatever you want to do as far as your cardio is concerned, but nothing emulates skating. And for him to be able to get out here now and skate on a daily basis, to get his legs underneath him so that when he gets the opportunity to get back to practice with the club and then back on the ice to play, he's going to be much more prepared. Talk a little bit about the people that protect the goalie, our kind of people, defensemen. Yes. Carl Gunnison had his first game back. What'd you think about it? I thought he played well, and he's played consecutive games there, and for him to come back and then play back-to-back, I think says that obviously his hip flexor issues are behind him, and it'll be interesting to see. And gosh, when you look at the fact that you've got a youngster in Jake Gardner playing in the American Hockey League, and after last season being on the all-rookie team, you would expect that they got to try and find a spot. Thank you, Mark Osborne. They're going to try and find a spot for him in the near future here. And he played last night in Syracuse in the Marlies shootout loss to the Syracuse Crunch. And again, logging over 30 minutes a night in those last few games, I would expect that we're going to see Jake Gardner in the pretty near future. But what's going to transpire is really, hard to imagine. You've got 8 defensemen here right now that are healthy, and 2 guys on a nightly basis not dressing. So if Jake Gardner comes in, obviously there's got to be something that's going to fall, whether it's a trade or somebody gets waived or whatnot. It's going to be very interesting to see. But these are good problems when you've got a hockey club, when you've got too many healthy players and not enough player or positions to put them in. And I think that that's something that this organization hasn't had that luxury over the last number of years, and good on them that they've got this depth. Well, it was only a matter of time before someone crashed our party. Mark Osborne, welcome to the show.
Did you like how I did that to Bob today?
I wish I had your flow there, Ozzy.
Be sure not to do that to you. We wouldn't want to.
You can't ruin my flow.
Head of hair.
Mark, what do you think? I mean, what has got to be going through Mike Komisarek, John Michael Lyle's head is, it's not an easy thing being a vet and being a healthy scratch.
No, especially, you think about Mike and how many games he's missed already, and inside that dressing room, you talk to a lot of guys. I've talked to a lot of guys about, the kind of person that he is. Inside that dressing room, I mean, I talked to some former players that, were in that dressing room the last number of years, and with all due respect to the, the person who they named captain, they thought that maybe Mike Komisarek would be one of those guys, in that position, so to speak. So for a guy with pride and a guy that's been around the league for, quite a number of years, I mean, it's really hard to, watch your team perform and you're not counted on, and you come to the rink in the mornings, you're, and pretty well that you're not going to be in the lineup, or, it's a surprise if you are in the lineup. And as it gets dragged out, and I think towards the end of our careers, we've been in that position you go, man, I don't even look forward to coming to the rink, because it wears on you after a number of games and weeks, and then you don't even like the game as much as you show it externally that you're saying all the right things and you're doing your best. I mean, deep down inside, you just don't like this game. And for John Michael Lyles, this is another new thing for him as well. But I overheard Bob mention that you've got 8 healthy D. It's it's a situation that is a good, healthy competition. And so you push each other, and you know, the team has done and performed pretty well under you know, some guys that you never really necessarily counted upon at the start of this year. But hey, they've bought in. They've got some toughness on the back end now, and you know, the complexion of this team is changing as we move forward in this young season.